G'day everyone. We're here doing a quick review of the last 14 or 13 days of Down Under Dan being in the state, helping us look for Dad. So got a few thank yous, a few shout outs for a few people, and yeah, so we thought we'd just do a review of what's been going on and what we plan to do in the future. What would you like to add?
Yeah, look, we've now spent 3 weeks in total down here. We've spent a lot of time. At the beginning of this trip, I said to Jason, mate, yes, we'd love to find your dad on this trip, but we have so many areas that we want to clear. So they're logical boat ramps and entry points into the water that we can actually rule off. Because once we start ruling off some of these bigger bodies of water, we can then focus our search areas. Now that was my main goal on this one. We did find a couple of vehicles on this trip, and there's one particular vehicle we've got to go back to, and we'll talk a little bit later about why we didn't dive on that in this particular trip.
Yep.
My lungs are still sore. But anyway, that's another whole story. So by checking these larger areas, it has now given us the ability for our next trip. What we're really focusing on is some more finite areas and going from there. So that's the plan, and it has been the plan all
along. We covered just shy of 60 lakes, dams, lagoons, rivers,
boat ramps, entry points.
We've ticked off a lot of places in 12 days.
12 days, yeah.
Yeah. So we've had some very, very busy days.
Done nearly 3,500 kilometres in my vehicle since we started.
Yeah.
We still got another 700, 800 odd Ks to get home. So we burned a bit of diesel driving around, but it's been worth it to clear these areas. We've had lots of help from lots of people.
We have.
It's actually been really encouraging. We've gone to sites that are fairly remote, and we've run into couples who may be locals or passing through, and almost on every occasion they said, hey, if you go a little bit further, there's another boat ramp, or there's this, or there's that. And it's been very useful for us, and we've come across areas that needed to be checked that we didn't even know existed.
Yep.
So I have my map, which we'll show you in a minute, which you guys have all seen before, where I had all my red pins where we hadn't searched, and all the green pins. We actually ran out of green pins because we searched so many spots.
Yeah.
But it's now giving us target areas that we can safely rule off. We have been very thorough with our searches, and we've been thorough on purpose, because there's no point going to an area and half checking it. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort. He said over 60 areas that we've searched. Putting the kayak up and down off the roof, putting the boat up and down the roof, putting all the gear in. You guys don't get to see any of that. You don't get to see the effort just to put one device in the water. It's a lot of effort. You know, the batteries are heavy. We've got to go down. We're getting it in the water, getting it out of the water, and you've got the wind pushing against us. It's been some challenging weather. We've had snow, we've had wind, we've had rain.
Did we have sun? No,
we had a little bit. If we did, I don't remember. We had lots of rainbows. So that was,
lots of rainbows.
And look, everyone we've come across have just been such a great support. We've been in the street and people have noticed us and said, hey, good luck with you, looking for your dad. And they've been really, really supportive.
Yeah.
And by you guys sharing these videos, watching my YouTube videos, commenting on them, and being more aware and sharing it with people, that means other people are becoming aware of the situation. That might trigger some memories, and that's where we've had a couple of cases where even from last time when we came down, we've searched new areas.
That's it.
And while we're down here, we've had other people like Kim who have said, okay, I want you to check this area because I've got a strong feeling about it, or it's an area, and we've done that and we've cleared those areas, and it's been really good to get that feedback from other people.
Yeah. So, it makes it a lot easier, especially when you've got some locals that know the area. So it's made a few days a little bit easier for us, knowing where to go and where not to go.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not from this state at all.
Yeah.
Apart from in February, it was 20 years since I'd last been here. Like, that's a long time. Not that Tasie's changed very much in that 20 years, I've got to say, but it's still a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I'm going. I've heard of places, but
there's a lot of places that I have been to, but I haven't been to in a long, long time either. So it was a bit of a learning experience as we went, but like I said, we knocked out a lot of places over the 12 days. So
I think you've actually learned a lot with this process too. Like, we are now getting so much better at actually looking at areas and understanding an area and entry points, and we do get surprised sometimes. Like, you'll go to a water area and you go, no, that's too shallow, and you go out there and it's 8 meters deep.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's a lot like Little Tier Lagoon. It was 14 meters deep, and it was supposed to be a lagoon and shallow.
Yeah,
so,
and there was a fence line at 7 meters
underwater.
deep. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Yeah,
obviously the fluctuations in water levels are a big thing here in Tassie. A lot of these dams feed into other dams and they drain them and all that kind of stuff, and we've seen that with the dams around the highlands. Some of them are crazy low, and some of them are full.
Yeah.
We've learnt a lot, and we've cleared a lot of areas, so it's been really good. We've got a lot of work ahead of us still, don't get us wrong. But every ramp of those 60 spots, every spot we've checked is now reducing it to narrowing down the search.
Yeah, so
because we can say hand on our heart, every single spot we've checked, we have cleared.
Yep, 100%.
We've got one car that we've not identified yet.
Yep.
We went to the effort of pulling out the Subaru that we found on last time, and I'm 100% confident now that other vehicle, the mystery vehicle that we dove on, it's like a really small truck, a Hilux. The tyres were like massive 13, 14-inch tyres, like they're really old school tyres. Little Camry, not a hope.
Yep.
Unfortunately, when we did try and lift that one out, and you guys will see on the video, just pulled it apart.
Yep.
So it was it's just no way that's coming out of the mud.
I think I did a live feed and showed basically what we pulled off the car.
Yeah. Look, I'm hoping you guys will take the time to watch the YouTube videos, not just because they're my YouTube videos and I take a bit of pride in them, but you'll get to see this story that we've had for the last 2 weeks. We've lived and breathed it along with Robin, and yeah, it's been a great journey.
Yep. So when they come out, which will be probably a couple of months maybe.
Well, I'll stagger them. So I've got to go back to work on Tuesday. So editing videos and all that, so I've got to try and fit that in and have a balanced life as well.
But when they do come out, watch them.
Yep.
There's some.
Jason will put links in your Facebook.
There'll be great footage, underwater footage as well, which is always interesting to see. So watch, comment, like, subscribe to his channel. It all helps him.
Yeah, and that helping me gets me to help you come back here. And that's what it's about. I'm not out in this to make any money, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in it to try and help your family.
Well, you're not going to make any money.
I'm not going to make any money, but that's okay. We've well and truly blown the budget on this one, but that's okay. That's life. It's a well-worthy cause that we my wife and I really believe in, and we are committed to help your family and the community of Tassie, because it's not just your family. It's by removing some of these vehicles out of the water, it's cleaning the environment. That car that we dove on yesterday morning, there's platypus right next to it, kind of thing. So having a dumpy old car with oil and fuel in it, there's no way we're going to leave that in there.
Yeah,
we've got to get it out.
The one we pulled out just north of Franklin, if you saw the stuff that was coming out of that, there's no way that should be in the water.
We've got to get these vehicles, and people sometimes say, they're fish habitat. And they're not. They're a foreign body in the water. Yeah. Trees, logs, all that kind of stuff. Yes, they're fish habitats. Anything made of wood, plastic, metal, tires, oil, they're not fish habitats. All they are doing is slowly leaching crap into the water, and we've got to get them out.
Yep. One day we'll get there. We'll get them all out.
Now, Jason has a couple of people we want to thank particularly.
Yeah, in no particular order, but I've got a bit of a list in front of me. Andrew and his team at Tasmanian Divers. We rocked up there yesterday morning in a rush, and got you fitted for a dry suit. And yeah, he was more than very helpful.
Very knowledgeable man.
Yeah.
He knew his stuff. He was
Yep.
very helpful. There's a lot of divers in Tasmania, both north and south. And look, I can't recommend Andrew enough. Our main sponsor is Apollo Dive Gear. He stocks Apollo gear. Dave from Apollo, who has supported me for a couple of years now, he comes down and actually works with this company as well. So Andrew has been great. He did give us a little bit of a discount on the dry suit, which was really good. He gave me a new mask and some stuff as well. So,
so
if you are in the market to get some dive gear, make sure you go support Andrew.
Tasmanian Divers in Invermay and Launceston, and their Tasmanian Divers group on Facebook if you want to go and give them a like and share a bit of love.
Put a comment on their thing, say, look, we saw the our live feed, and give them some love too.
All right, we also I'll tick all the people off as we go. Colleen, who helped us get a tow truck driver, Bruce Masterton, I think it is Masterton. Yep. So big thanks to Colleen for going and finding Bruce, and a big thank you to Bruce, who stood there all day in the rain.
Mate, it was a miserable day. Like, I was in the water, so I was already wet.
Yeah.
But poor Bruce, he's out there and he's working and putting chains on and doing all the kind of stuff. All for love, mate. He's did a great job. He supports us 100%.
Yeah.
And
the job was probably a little bit bigger than what he was expecting, but at the end of the day, I asked him, would he be interested in working with us in the future? And he didn't hesitate and say, absolutely. So we've got a good man there, Bruce. So yeah,
if you're in need of towing in the
Huonville
area,
yep,
mate, show Bruce some love because he's a good man.
Yeah, he is a good man, and like I said, thanks again to Colleen for sourcing Bruce, because we would have been lost without him. We had a few offers of accommodation, breakfast. So we had Scott Smith down at Franklin. He offered us accommodation. We didn't take him up on it, but we're very grateful for the offer. So thanks, Scott. We also had Igor from Anvers Confectionery. He offered a breakfast. Didn't matter how many of us were going to rock up. He was prepared to shout us all breakfast. We didn't get there. We were still a little bit too busy. We had a few things to get sorted this morning, so we didn't get there. But yeah, thanks Igor for the offer. So yeah, greatly appreciated. Igor's been a long time supporter of the family. He's always helped out.
If we do miss someone in the thing, we really do apologise. Yeah. Make sure you put a comment in the little comment area so we can get remedy that.
Yep. While we're down Franklin Way, I'm a bit of a coffee drinker, so I went to the Mudroom Cafe and really good coffee. Just wanted to give them a shout out because might have got a bit of a free feed out of them as well. So Mudroom Cafe in Huonville.
Jason, I am a tea drinker.
Yeah.
So no Jason for the Jimmy Rees quote.
Yeah.
We love you, Jimmy. Great work, mate.
Where are we after that? I'd like to personally thank Tara and Ian for their loan of their caravan. They was a very nice caravan, and didn't get to tour around it, Tassie as much as probably I was expecting to, but
it made staying up in the Highlands a lot more comfortable for you than in back of the old ute.
So very grateful for the loan of the caravan, and big thank you to Darren for the use of the Range Rover. It struggled to pull the caravan a little bit, so we had to sort of go back to my old four-wheel drive, but it was a bonus to have that for
It served its
week.
purpose.
Yeah.
For what we did and where the locations we're in, it really served its purpose. Yep. We were managed to work around it
that's it.
Everywhere else, so
yep.
that was...
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without it.
No, we couldn't have done it without it. So thanks to Tara and Ian and Darren. We got 2 people either side that you can't see. Our partners, Margie and Robin, thank you, because, you got to put up with us. So that's...
Well, I'm much easier to put up than you, Jason.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty easygoing. You're a bit,
Yeah.
Look, we've been working together for 3 weeks now, so a bit of playful banter. It's the Australian way. It's not disrespectful to anyone. A lot of people say, you've got to be very serious, and we do take this extremely serious. I put my life on the line for this, but you still got to have a bit of fun, as maybe dark as that may seem to some people. You've got to put a smile on your face. You've got to be positive. You've got to be looking forward, and that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, you got to have a laugh. You go crazy otherwise.
Crazier.
Oh, crazier. All right, we've got a couple of other people to shout out. We've got Kim, who was down at the Mersey River yesterday. She watched the footage of the drone that we posted of the drones on the bridle track, and she noticed something in the water, and she basically came down and put us where she thought there might have been something in the water. And
bless her little cotton socks, she came down, she carried some of her equipment down to the water's edge.
That's it.
She wasn't just talk, she actually got into it, and that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah, so we're very grateful that she watched the video and took the time to contact us when she thought that there was something in the water.
Yep. And it allowed us to clear a new area.
That's it. Just another place that got ticked off, and we move on. Next was Leonie, which is an old family friend from many years ago. Met us down at Gravelly Beach.
Gravelly. Gravelly is a little bit more trendy than Gravelly. Gravelly sounds better.
Gravelly.
Sorry if I'm offending
anyway.
Gravelly Beach people.
So thanks for coming down, because we did get noticed a few times while we're on our journey through the state. So it's always nice to say hello to everyone. Yep. We also, we mentioned it before, just the people that the locals on the boat ramps, always happy to give information, to help us out. They were more than helpful, and we met lots of people.
And even just getting that supportive kind of comments, and
it
helps us. Like, we're only human. It's not that we're doing this for praise or anything else. We know why Jason's doing it, but we're doing this. It's great to get your support. Those who have been so very generous with financial support, but even just commenting on the channels and the different media. It helps us keep going. And
well, that's it, and gets the word out there, which is good, because the more people that know about Dad being missing, the next person that subscribes to our Facebook, or they might have some information that might be vital. So,
and we hope that no one will ever be in this position. But if you have a family out there who is in a similar position, where joining this Adventures with Purpose worldwide movement now, it actually is allowing us to be a resource that will go that little bit extra. Our emergency services have got limited resources, limited time, all those kind of things. So it's easy to stand back and be critical, but they've got to work within their boundaries. Yep. Where we come in, we haven't really got too many boundaries. We've got a few safety ones we've got to follow, of course. But we have a lot more flexibility, and we can go up a little creek because someone thought they saw something, or whereas emergency services are never going to do that. No. They just don't have the time or resources to do that.
Right. Next one, MPAN, Missing Persons Advocacy Network, been a great help to us. They've fitted us out with some clothing, and just Lauren and her team at MPAN, have basically made a lot of things happen for us this time around. So we're very grateful for their support. If you want to go to Missing Persons Advocacy Network on Facebook, give them a like, because without them,
I think they were created in 2013, something around that time frame.
Yep.
So they give a great support to families of missing persons, because sadly, in Australia, there's many people who go missing worldwide. It's astonishing how many people go missing, but we do have a lot of people who go missing in Australia, and it's those who are left behind. It's the families who don't know what's happened, but it's all that wondering, and you're drawing these kind of conclusions without any real evidence behind it, and that's just I can't even I've been working with Jason for the last 3 weeks. I can't even begin to imagine what that does to someone and the pressure that puts on it. This group supports Jason and other people who are out there who have had missing persons go missing or in the future do. This group will support you and put you in touch with other people who have experienced the same, because just talking about it sometimes really helps.
Yeah, and and to use a resource like that, it helps so much, because you do a lot of running around, and they've made it very easy. All right, we've mentioned about your YouTube. Do you want to give yourself a bit of a plug?
So, for those who don't know, Down Under Dan Diving is my YouTube channel. I have a second channel just with little quirky stuff, but you can go to the About page and join that if you wish. This the main page is for missing persons, which I am trying to focus on. I'm heading off to the States in October to join Adventures with Purpose in the US, spending a month with them to get some training, to hopefully come back and apply that then in my searching for Nick. So the videos that we do, every time you view them, every time you comment on them, like them, all those kind of things really help me. You get like half a cent per view kind of thing, so it's certainly not making any money out of it, but
it helps.
It's bringing awareness too,
Yep.
so then I can then help the next family. Yep. My wife and I, we've travelled to Caboolture looking for missing persons. We've gone to Dubbo, we've come to Tassie twice now. We're happy to go where people need us. People just need to know about us.
Yep, that's it.
And by sharing the videos, watching them,
that's it.
The more they get viewed, the more chance we can actually help people.
That's it. I'd also like to thank everyone that has commented, shared all the footage that I've posted on the Facebook page over the last 12 or even more days. Posted all your videos from the last time you were down. So everyone that's watched and shared everything that we've posted in the last 2 weeks.
The good thing about the videos is you also see a lot of the background stuff that you wouldn't normally see. Obviously, we give you a 2-3 minute kind of update every day, but there's a much bigger story going on. And some of the scenery is really quite nice. And the experience and just learning about the topography underneath the water is, I find very fascinating. And just different shapes and learning all that. It's entertaining.
And there's lots of photos that I'll post, and you'll get a bit of an idea where we've been. And
should we go through the map at all? Once you've done that, we'll go through the map and just talk quickly about our plans for the future.
I've basically only got one last thank you, and that's to the wildlife of Tasmania. Crazy man here chased after a Tassie devil through the bush.
You wouldn't come and say hello to me though, but I got a little bit of a video, and I'll put that up on my other channel for you guys to look.
And we were surrounded by platypus yesterday on the Mersey River, which was awesome because you don't see too many.
Now we get platypus up where we live, but they're rare as rock and horse tooth. They're really hard to see, and to get them on film is just almost unheard of. I've tried to get them on film, no chance. These little platypus,
they just
showing off for the camera. They were great.
They were doing circles around the buoy, and
we didn't manage to hit one single animal.
No wildlife was hit by vehicles, boats, anything on
my full-time job. I've been I do a road safety program where I talk to young people about driving and learning skills how to drive properly, and one of the big things is creating a safe distance in front of you, being aware that there could be an animal runs out, and it's a big part of what I do because I have such a passion for wildlife And it breaks my heart to come down to Tassie, to be perfectly honest, because your roads are littered with little wallabies and
everything
spotted.
We've seen a lot of stuff on the side of the road.
It's really heartbreaking. Slowing down a little bit, having good vision of what's coming up, just keeping that safe distance. Like punching into the kids' heads all the time, you got to have that safe distance. And that just saves our life. You guys don't know how lucky you are down here in Tassie. You've got some of the most unique and beautiful animals, and unfortunately, like the Tassie Devil, they're really hard to see.
You're a big fan of my driving, aren't you?
Most of the time. Yeah. No disclosures, no penalties.
Yeah, sorry about that. Right, so that's pretty much all the thank yous and everything out of the way. I don't know how we're going to...
So I'd suggest you just hold your camera and we'll talk about the different areas.
All right.
I'll jump on the other side of the table.
Don't know how this is going to work.
Okay, so when I first started, I had a whole heap of pins, and the pins were obviously the green ones were the ones that we'd searched. Most of them were down here. The red ones are the ones that we hadn't. We've since this afternoon sat down and started looking at our plan for the next kind of trip down. Obviously, we've located a vehicle still to ID here. That's our main priority when we come back down. We'll try and make time to get that car that we found out here, which is possibly an Excel or a Nissan Pulsar. We'll get that out of the water too as well. There's still a dam at the end of Sheffield on the turn-off road. Commode Street. If you guys know who the owners are, we'd love to get in contact with Jason, just so we can get permission rather than just jumping the fence. We want to get permission and actually put the sonar in there and check that. Because Adventures with Purpose, Jared over in the States, he's found vehicles in the most tiniest little bodies of water. So that's right near where he used to live. We want to check that. We've also got another dam nearby and a few other spots around the Sheffield area we want to check. There's a few target areas at the top of Launceston which we just didn't get to that we want to check, and there's a number of other ones. There's a lot down near Hobart that we want to get to.
There's a lot of places that we haven't been to, but yeah, rest assured we'll get there. Like, it's just because we didn't get there this time around. We've got everything marked out, and
we are not going to stop until every single body of water in Tasmania is feasible body of water has been checked with sonar.
It'll happen. It's just, we had 12 days this time. And, we sort of did Lake Barrington, which was close to Dad's house. And then we made a mad dash up to the lakes because it was going to snow. And we wanted to get up there.
Didn't it ever?
I think the day after we got out of there, they had road closures and everything. So we tried to watch the weather. And
we were really blessed with the weather. Yes, it was cold, and yes, we did have a few issues, particularly on one dive in regards to the water temperature, but we've been pretty blessed with the weather.
So we've covered a lot, but there's still a lot to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But every time we search an area and clear it, we're thoroughly doing it, so we can say with absolute certainty, no, there's nothing else in here. So then that will help any future searchers for future missing persons that may be in the same scenario. Because we know a time and a date when an area has been searched.
We've marked every day with the date, and so we know where we were on a certain date, and we know when certain things were cleared. So,
and we're surveying basically as many waterways as we can. Now there is a group, a government group, who are...
the Maritime College.
The Maritime College are actually surveying using deeper sonar for the river.
Through the Tamar. So that's pretty much why we sort of stopped the day we were up the Tamar, was we found out that they were doing sonar up and down through the Tamar. So
that again was just someone we met on the boat ramp and said, hey, these guys are actually doing this as well.
So,
which then frees us up to go look other areas.
So we're in contact with them now, and we're just going to find out what they know, and it might save us a little bit of time, especially in that area.
Absolutely.
So I think that's pretty much got it all covered. We like I said, we're just very grateful for all the help and support that we've got over a long time. It's nearly been 14 years since Dad's been missing, so we're very grateful for Robin and Dan to come on down and try and help find Dad. So give him a bit of love on YouTube. Every little bit helps, and we'll organise for another trip in a bit of warmer weather, hopefully.
Yeah, so we'll aim to come down either January or February. It'll depend on funding. As horrible as I hate talking about money, and please forgive me, I'm not trying to rack up money for anything. It's just about trying to cover our costs. It will depend on when we can raise some funds in regards to boat tickets, fuel, all those kind of things. It all adds up, and we can't just come down here and I can't just keep earning my savings. I've got to actually try and justify this, and
everyone knows
can do that.
Everyone knows how ridiculous fuel prices are at the minute, and the amount of kilometres we've done, we've definitely burnt through a lot of diesel. So
even you just give what you can give, even if it's just $10, whatever.
Every little bit helps.
It all helps. It all goes straight into an account that I use just for these kind of jobs. I don't keep any of the money myself. Everything just goes straight back into equipment and searching for missing persons. And we've had so many people who are very generous, have given some money towards the dry suit, which is great because then that allows other money to go into other resources.
Yeah. So thanks again, everyone. Thanks for following us for the last 2 weeks. Hope you've enjoyed all our updates, and just keep an eye out for all the videos that Dan will post in the future. And we'll keep you informed of upcoming hopefully warmer weather searching.
God bless, be safe. Every day's a gift. Let's go.
I knew you were going to do it. Thanks, everyone.
See you guys.
Yep, stop.